Connections for life. I'm Ted Pete.
I'm jailed Chad Kubo.
That's inmate 77260.
Yes.
Shawshank? You're tunneling out of there, Kubo? Joe Surratt, everybody. Great to see you.
No, it's kind of nice. They bring me food. Like I can just take naps.
Nice
I
and
read a
quiet.
lot. I can't see, can't get my arms out either, which is weird.
Still have to do your job, though, apparently.
Yeah, are you making license plates this week?
Yeah.
Okay.
Vanity plates.
I'm out, guys. I'm out.
No, they just opened the door. That's all they did. Was open the door.
Yeah, you're not out. You're just not locked.
Oh,
What's up?
how are you guys?
I'm
Good. How's everybody's weekend? Anything crazy fun happen?
Oh yeah, I drove to Green Bay, Wisconsin. There's a lot there.
Get any cheese?
No, there's nothing there. The tallest building was my hotel.
And you're on the 5th floor?
Then I was in the 4th floor. Seriously, like the only thing in Green Bay that you can see is Lambeau Field.
Well, everybody thinks Green Bay is like this big city, I think, and it's not. It's really
I know. I don't think it's a big city, but like, have you been there, Joe?
once.
Can you compare it to like Syracuse?
Not even. It's not even.
Not even close to. Not
Really?
even like I'd compare it to more like Corning.
Corning.
I'd say Auburn.
Yeah, Auburn's a perfect example.
For those of you
With a huge
talking
football
about-
field in the
we're
middle of
talking
it.
about small towns in upstate New York. Anyways, what
Yes,
about you,
those
Patty?
guests that are
Play
patient?
basketball this weekend? Play basketball?
We did. We took 6 teams from our program down to York, PA, to a Premier One event, A Game Hoop Showcase, and we made 3 championship games, and we won 1 championship. So our 6th grade 12U boys won the championship. Our 7th grade lost in the championship, and my varsity team I coached lost in the championship by 1 point after we blew a 17-point lead.
Heard that story today already.
Hurt my heart. I'm still upset about it.
You look upset about it.
I'm
Could have just
broken.
said yes.
How about you, Joe? What'd you do? Do you have the girls?
Yeah. Callie's little squirts team. They're outdoors now playing soccer. They won 18-1. That was pretty cool to watch. And yeah, but in a turn of whatever I'm trying to say, on Saturday, Lila and Macy's team got trucked like 10-0. So, if you average it out, we're still on top. But yeah, no, it was
Still coaching success.
It was a nice weekend here. We went, I went to see my mom. We just kind of did normal stuff. Went out in the boat, went fishing, that kind of stuff. So yeah, it was good. It's nice to have some nice weather again, man. It was been so crappy here. So
Gray. My wife calls it the gray capital of America.
it is. I always say we have 2 seasons, summer and gray. Seriously, it's just how it goes. But anyways, no one wants to hear about our lives. What are we doing this week?
So, Chad, why don't you tell us a little bit about Suzanne?
I thought you said you were going to do it. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I don't do anything.
So Suzanne Ogle joins us this week from Southern Gas Association. She's the president, I believe, the CEO, maybe she's captain of SGA. She's awesome. So much fun, so much energy. She talks to us a bit about how the pandemic has she had to roll with it and change pretty quickly with it. She's been the president since 2019. She's faced some tough times, but really have come out the other side much better, much stronger, I believe, as SGA. So, I did want to mention, which is a little bit different for a lot of people that are in the associations and that high up. She is from her background is natural gas. She was in the industry before that. And a lot of times you get these associations and there are people that are association people. She was actually, she was part of the gas industry, which is pretty cool.
Let's let her tell us.
Yes.
Well, I meant to say it during the interview, honestly. So, like, my buddy took over as a superintendent of a school district right before the pandemic happened, right? And I always joke with him, and I wanted to say the same thing to her when we were out there. I'm like, if you get through this first year of like your job, you'll never have a harder one ever. Like you did.
Don't say that.
You hope.
Until COVID 2022 comes around.
So, all right. Well, without further ado, welcome to the show, Suzanne, SGA. Hello, Suzanne, and welcome to the show. How are you today?
Doing great. It's a nice rainy day here in Dallas. Thanks for having me here.
We swapped. Finally, it's nice in upstate New York, so I don't feel so bad. It rained here for like 3 weeks.
What's nice? Over 45?
No, it's like 80 today.
Ooh.
It is.
That's hot.
Yeah, I know.
Very
Hey, Suzanne,
warm.
how are you? It's good to see you.
Yeah, great.
You brought all your Cowboys gear with you. today?
I did. I came in all my propaganda. My
Yeah,
football.
great. Ted, I'm sure Ted appreciates that.
Yes, I do.
Let's just get started. We kind of always start with the same question. If just kind of let us kind of tell our audience how you got started in the industry and how you evolved into being the president of SGA.
Yeah, it was a complete fluke. So
He says that.
I grew up in California, came to Texas. My father was a pilot for Continental, and by the time I got out here, nobody else was living here. So I lived out here by myself and accidentally got into a small service company that was small at the time. It was called Hanover, which was a compressor company. And as soon as I got there, I'm like, oh my God, these are my people. And this is where I belong. And the company went through some incredible growth. And the COO at the time ended up being a good business partner with me. And we developed that company and then started another. And then I moved to midstream transmission. But by the time I was working last at an E&P company in IR, and I saw this job open up for SGA, and I stalked them until they hired me.
I like it.
Weird. That's how
I like
Ted
it.
got here.
That's weird. I've been a stalker for a while. That's how.
I'm like, this is for me. This is exactly for me. Everybody that knew me thought it was for me, and then I met Bill Cantrell, and he thought it was for me as well. So anyway, it was right up my alley. I had all that experience across the sector, which was, I think, really helpful. And energy, like I said, I just love this industry. It's a fantastic industry.
Suzanne, how long, just out of curiosity, I don't think we even asked this when we talked to you earlier, how long have you been with SGA and been president?
I've been with SGA since 2019, so I'm going on 3 years in February.
Okay.
I'm glad you're not asking me how old I am, because I refuse to answer that one.
34.
Exactly right.
It was 29.
29 and a
Did you
half.
say 29 earlier?
29 and a half.
I was being accurate. You guys are just trying to flatter.
I'm 34 and I've been in the industry for 30 years.
Everybody starts early, so.
Once you're in, you're not out.
It's a cult, that's right.
So I guess,
Mobster movie. Now you can't leave.
yeah, nope, you're not getting out.
Why would you want to leave right now? Now's an exciting time for the industry.
It is.
It is. It really is. So, we talked about you being president of the Southern Gas Association, but why don't you tell us a little bit about what Southern Gas does and what you guys in the industry, essentially, I guess.
Yeah, so I think one thing that's interesting, so Southern Gas Association been around since 1908, and they started in Georgia, which is why they've got the name Southern Gas Association. And they got together as the pipelines were being put in after to help build up the economy in the United States. But our members are from California to Delaware and to Canada. So Southern is not really a very representative name of who we are anymore, right?
We kind of talk about that amongst ourselves. I know Joe and I have had the conversation, especially within the last year, how much you guys have taken over and done some really cool things, and how many people from my territory, which isn't Southern, are moving.
We're the largest regional association, and it really is. But so anyway, so they started back then collaborating. We have transmission, distribution, municipal, and associate members, as well as gas supply marketing members. And so we also have some producers. So we cover the entire chain, which I think is unique to the associations because it's so broad. But that's that sharing and how all the systems interact together that really works well. So anyway, so that's a little bit about Southern Gas Association, but we're a training organization. That's our primary mission. We are not a lobbying organization. So our focus is on improving the professionals in the industry and moving the whole industry forward.
How many members do you guys have?
So we have about 600 corporate members. And so every employee of every corporation is a member of us. So it's hundreds of thousands of
Wow.
Of people who are members or professionals who are members.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
really
large
cool.
group.
The one thing I wanted to talk about, because I know, and we did the pre-call, we talked about some of the COVID stuff. And I know when you came on in 2019, and then obviously 2020, here we are, right? Now you get thrust into this pandemic that no one's ever seen before. You guys kind of did some cool stuff, and I just want to kind of talk about what SGA has done to help bridge that gap and get you guys through, along with your members, through what we've dealt with for the past 15 months now. Yeah, I guess it is.
Oh, only 15 months. It feels like 30.
Yeah, it feels like 15 years.
1 month for every pound I gained, right?
That's a great and I gained it, lost it, gained it, lost it.
We discussed that in the pre-call as well.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, it's interesting because when I was coming into the association, one of the reasons that the board of directors selected me is because I kind of the vision that I had and where I wanted to go. So I was really more forward leaning to start with. But this, I hate to ever say this, but let's not waste a good pandemic. It really fits my personality, right? Because if you look at my strengths, it's maximizer, activator, achiever, individualization. So I'm very comfortable with a fast pivot. And so I kind of looked down the road, knew that we needed to do something quickly. We came out of the box. We were full on virtual by April 1st. And we were offering training, free resources, and everything else. We didn't need to sit around and think about what we were going to do. We just needed to do what we needed to do. And, I was fortunate to have a very supportive board, excellent staff that just came with me, and they didn't get scared. They just said, buckle up and let's go. So we really did. We pivoted. We knew that the training, our mission is training, right? So whether you're in a pandemic or whether you're not in a pandemic, you need that training to make sure that the systems are safe, people are moving up professionally, they understand what's going on. You need more resource sharing, best practices sharing during a pandemic than ever. Like we had HR roundtable. After the Texas polar vortex, we had a polar vortex table. We've got a hydrogen roundtable coming up. So we're really taking things that are timely. We did webinars on crisis communication and how are you communicating with your employees? How are you building teams? So anything we can do, our goal is to make our members' lives better and to make it a competitive advantage for our members. And so that's our responsibility.
Well, I just wanted to say, like, great job. I mean, I think a lot of organizations struggled to try to figure out their identity during that. And I like that. What was it? Don't let a good pandemic go. What was
I wanted to write it down, but I wasn't fast enough and then I couldn't get it right.
Don't waste a good pandemic.
Don't waste a good pandemic. But it's true. And I've said that a million times, in our conversations, the silver linings that hit come from this. There are a lot. And, obviously the show was created. We've done some expos ourselves. But I think the really neat thing is that because of this, we've got to meet so many people that we would have never probably had the opportunity to meet. So I'm so grateful for that. And watching organizations like yourself, I mean, one of the gentlemen, and I'm going to steal Chad's question, but one of the gentlemen that we got to know was Bill Cantrell. And Bill he's been very gracious with his time with us. He did a keynote for our expo. We've had him on the show. He does the gas champions course, right? I know that that's something that's a big part of SGA, and I know that Bill offers that course very frequently, but there's a lot of other courses that SGA offers. If you want to just maybe touch on some of those that you guys offer repetitively and that maybe people don't know about.
Sure. And let me just do a big call out to Bill, because Bill was the CEO before me and I just admire him greatly.
Bill's fantastic.
Yeah.
He's a
absolutely
fantastic guy. He's been a great partner. He is so 100% all about SGA and making sure that the members get the resources that they need. So, the Natural Gas Champions program was developed as a joint industry partnership program back in probably about a year before I got there, because it was finishing up when I got there. So 20 operators got together and came up with this program, and we have it online on demand, but then Bill teaches it live. And, it's really about the natural gas, getting the message and helping the industry understand natural gas in a way that they can talk intelligently about it. But, we do have a ton of programs. So we have all the technical leadership programs that you would expect. We have like the DOT courses, rate making courses, stuff like that. But one of the things really looking forward, we really want to focus on how do we help people position with this transition. So other classes we're offering are like sustainability classes. How does somebody speak through a sustainability lens, right?
Yeah.
You have to understand how they're looking at it and how they're thinking about it in order to speak intelligently about how natural gas falls in as a solution for sustainability. And you have to understand what those SDG goals are, right? So you have to be able to speak to which goal do you fit into and how are you helping to achieve that. So we teach that. We teach civic perspective courses because we believe that the pressure is going to come from local levels, and you have to help the local and state and the U.S. chambers get informed, because the Sierra comes in with a very smooth, quick, flashy program, and everything's free, and it's all rainbows and unicorns. And we're talking here with very complicated situation systems and facts that bore people and their eyes roll back in their head. And I always tell my son, I'm like, "What are you doing? Looking for your brain?" And he's like, "No, you're boring me." But we teach other classes like that. We teach an unconscious bias class, which I think is really important. Because everybody comes to their situation with biases because of what you grew up, and that's all good as long as you understand how those impact you.
Yep.
So those are some of the other courses that we teach. We're doing PSMS guidelines right now, so we focus on safety. So tactical guides to help operationalize safety is another thing.
And all of those can be found on your website, correct? And all of the links for those courses.
We have all of our events are on our website, and their tactical guide information is up there. But we also have a blog. The information's in there. I put out a quarterly newsletter. The information's in there, and we welcome any call about anybody who's interested, and we're happy to talk through what we've got going on.
Yeah, and I just wanted to say, I think it's cool. I mean, we're obviously big on LinkedIn, or we think we are. We try to be.
Yeah, I think I am.
But you guys always post really cool stuff like gas facts and things like that. And there's a lot of really interesting things that I think is.
Joe steals your gas. Joe steals his gas.
I definitely do. I steal them all.
Because we put a gas vac in every week, so I'm pretty sure he takes them from you.
Well, that's the chairman's theme, and that's Jimmy Staten, who's the CEO of Southern Star. And so his theme this year was innovating to a clean energy future. And we were talking the other day about it. So the chairman theme years ago used to be 3 banners, right? In a conference where you said, "Here's my theme." Right. And then Don Rakes came in, and Don shook the whole thing up, right? And so Don says, we're going to have Natural Gas Take Action Month. So all the month of October, 3 webinars, posts, and it was all of October. Jimmy says, well, I'm not going to let Don beat me. So Jimmy comes in with 12 months of stuff, right? So his is innovating to a clean energy future. We have all of these assets online on our website. But every month we have a different theme, a different focus, and we put out facts that support it, webinars that support it, resources to help everybody do that. And the resources are all available so that they can be co-branded with your logo too, so that people can share it, because we think that we have to expand this energy conversation and get in front of educating people on how we are a partner to renewables, or how we are making the transition easy, affordable, and we're part of it. So don't leave us out like we're not.
Sure.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I just wanted to, again, I think it's awesome because I've been with UPSCO now for approximately 11 years and been in the gas industry that long too. And I've learned so much just from those little things. And I try every opportunity to take as many of the courses as I can, just to when they're available. And I think it's incredible what you guys have done in that platform that you've built, because I think it was really good during the pandemic because a lot of people were sitting at home, but it's really sustainable, and it's something that I really enjoy and follow. So I just want to quickly say thanks for everybody that's taken a part in that, because the educational portion of what we do with the show or with the seminars or with your trade shows or the trainings is so vital to our industry. And I think a lot of people are kind of really don't understand all of the facts. And to be able to see that and learn and understand it better and speak clearly, I think it helps everybody overall. We have 4 million people that work in the oil and gas industry, and
I don't want to speak for Teddy, but I know he sat through some of that stuff when he first came into the industry and just opened his eyes from somebody that wasn't in this industry 2.5 years ago or whatever it was,
Yeah.
And he talks to his neighbors about it now. I mean. They don't listen to him, but he talks to them.
Nobody listens to me. I'm a salesman, so I'm told no for a living. I'm a coach, so everything I do is wrong. I'm a husband, so my wife, I don't do anything right in the house. This is what it is.
But maybe that's more of a personal problem than a career.
Maybe it's a Ted thing.
So, all right, enough of the bashing on me. I got one question for you here, but I do want to say, based off of that, the knowledge is power, and continuing learning as you grow older in age and further in your careers and everything is what makes you valuable. Okay. When I was in the Marine Corps, I was given there was a class opportunity for me to go to that had nothing to do with my job one day. And I was like, I'm not going to that. And a leader told me and said, hey, you should go to that. Cause then at one point in time in your life, there's going to be a time when somebody goes, hey, does anybody know how to do this? And you can be the one person in the room who goes, I took a class on that once. All right. And it was so powerful for me that it's really like embedded, like I'm going to continue to learn my whole life. And organizations like SGA and the classes that you guys offer provide that value continuously for those thirsty learners,
100%.
so to speak. So with that said, what opportunities and what events do you have upcoming?
So I want to not answer your question and go back if you don't mind.
No.
So I'm going to answer your question in a minute, but what I wanted to just say something because I really agree with that point. So I have a learning mindset and I enjoy having conversations with people who have a growth mindset and change. But one of the reasons when you asked me, how did I get to this job at SGA? And I said, I stalked them. Well, I was prepared to stalk them because I had gone down this path. I wasn't, and I told my son this, I'm like, you don't wait until the pandemic's over and then you get ready. You get yourself ready ahead of time. So I would love to say my career path was intentional, but it wasn't. I saw an opportunity to learn something and I wanted to, so I moved into something else to learn that as well. And I think that really speaks to why training is so important. And if you look coming from an organizational standpoint, when you look at the state of the industry and what does that look like? Well, training is something that employees want, right? And that is something that becomes a differentiator as an employer so that you could be the best employer that there is. So you're not only helping grow your professionals, you're helping the industry advance. And then you're also, that's how you get to innovation, right? And that's where everybody needs to go. So classes we have coming up, I have to look on our website to see exactly what they are, but I know I'm doing a sustainability one this week. I know I'm doing an ESG class this week. I know we're doing unconscious bias. I know we have a rate making class coming up. So I would just say go to southerngas.org and look at the events page. See that we have our management conference coming up. That's going to be a virtual conference. It's at the end of June, which is going to be a fantastic conference. And then we have face-to-face conferences.
That's what I was just about to ask you.
Right?
I was just about to ask you.
Conference is our first in September. It's in Austin. We can't wait. And then we'll have Natural Gas Connect and Natural Gas Expo. Used to be Spring Gas, but it hasn't been in the spring for 2 years now. So I decided to take spring out of the name. And that'll be in October in Charlotte, North Carolina.
We'll see you there.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm going to play with you guys on some kind of a game with all of our
Yes, with our friends Jim and James.
I believe I'm doing bingo if I remember.
We'll see. We're still spinning the wheels on that.
I still want to buy the bingo machine just so I have it.
Yeah.
Well, we always have cornhole there, and I've been fine tuning my cornhole game.
Yeah, you know what? I got to talk to you about that, anyways. I got to put this at the spring because the rules don't make sense.
The cornhole rules? Well,
yes.
But you make them up as you go along. What are you talking about?
No, not there because there's no cancels. And I get these, like, we got to talk. We'll talk about this.
We'll talk about it another time.
I think it's a good subject for I think it's actually, you seem salty. I think you lost.
I am. I've been like 4 consecutive
you know what? This is a rule we have at our house. Whoever's house you're playing the game at gets to make the rules. So I say sponsor cornhole and it's your rules.
All right, fair enough.
Bring your own boards.
Back in your frat days, Joe, the beer pong rules applied to whatever frat house you were at.
That is
I was too busy studying.
Oh, yeah. All right. With that said, Joe's going to give you the heartfelt, warm thank you for joining us on the show here today because I can't do it properly. Chad would stutter over the words, and he's the most qualified for it.
And Joe's just really good at it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Joe.
Now I have all this pressure on me. This is weird. You guys, that was so organic, you guys. No, I just want to say, I think more than anything, I think it's cool to get to know people. And I think through this, and I said it before earlier in the interview, it's amazing to get to meet amazing people. And, I'd heard your name in the past, as I traveled around conferences, I knew of your existence, but I'd never had an opportunity to actually speak.
That's a little scary for me.
You should be a little worried.
Hopefully there were no expletives that would.
No. I'm just saying, like, there's just a lot of people that we've got to meet that probably in the normal course of our lives, if the pandemic hadn't happened, we didn't start we wouldn't have been able to meet, and you're one of those people. So I just want to say thank you for what you guys do. Thank you for your commitment to the industry. We're really excited about the things that you have coming up. And for those viewers that aren't aware, they can go to, what is the website?
www.southerngas.org.
There you go. And you can learn more about the opportunities, the upcoming trade shows, and also if you have any questions or want to get on the blog, I'm sure you can find all that there too. So Suzanne, thank you so much. We really do look forward to seeing you. I will try to beat you in cornhole in a couple of months when we get to.
You will also try and change the rules.
Can I say one thing before you hang up on me?
Absolutely. Go Cowboys.
Like,
Go Cowboys.
My interview. Can I talk, please? So, hey, I just want to thank you guys. And so one of the things that I think is really most exciting is our associate members that are really stepping up as partners. And so, a lot of times associates become a member of an organization because they want to sell their product, but that's not what we've got going on here. And I'm so excited to partner with associates like you. And I mean, we just have fantastic people that are really working together to move it. And that's what it's going to take right now, is a village to move all of this along so it's successful. And so I want to thank you guys for that.
No worries. I also want to tell you, if there's anything that is coming up, if you'd like us to kind of be a part of it, or if you want us to try to host something or do something like unique or crazy just to get change of pace, I mean, let us know. We're open to just about anything, and we'll travel to where you might need us to be. So.
No idea is too ludicrous at this point either. So.
Well, I know you guys will make it fun for sure. And I think that's
the one thing.
you got to work hard, but you got to have fun while you do it. And that's the nice thing about this industry, right? I mean, I never go to work. I never say that.
No, we have a lot of fun doing this, and we have a lot of fun, with our jobs, with the show, and I'm very hopeful for the remainder of 2021 that we can get back out there, get face to face, get to see each other, share a meal, share a drink, and have some laughs. So
I want to hug. So anybody who wants to hug me, that will be just fine.
I'm a hugger too.
That's usually my move. So yeah.
I still don't want to share a drink with you, Joe. I'm gonna pass.
I'm fully vaccinated. I'm safe.
There we go.
Do it then. Hugs coming your way.
Well, Suzanne, thank you so much for joining us. We truly do appreciate it. And we'll end this by saying, you and I have great minds and we think alike, and go Cowboys.
Yeah.
Hopefully
they can come out better.
Yes. Suzanne, thank you for joining us. Great interview. My personal favorite because of the fact that you're a huge Dallas Cowboys fan. And
I knew that was coming. Can you guys just leave it alone, you two?
What's that?
Can you and her just leave it alone?
Oh.
Not you.
I like rubbing it in Joe's face. I found another Cowboys fan.
We haven't had that happen in a while.
I froze.
You're back.
Must be the bad reception inside that jail cell.
Yeah, the walls.
I paid a $300 for this flip phone.
Hey, really quick, guys. I wanted to chat about something. We talked last week about the Colonial deal with the pipeline.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
We've seen some issues with the gas shortages and costs going up. But the thing I wanted to talk about was, I thought it was incredible. And Teddy, I want to give you a little bit of credit here. You better listen up because it doesn't happen often.
That's what I'm doing. I'm listening.
The Colonial paid the hackers $5 million, but they paid it in Bitcoin, which I found was interesting. Remember, you kind of tied the two together. So, and then I thought to myself, and you guys tell me what you think. I was like, only 5 million?
Yeah,
Like,
I thought you were just gonna try and form your own hacking group. That's what I thought your idea was gonna be.
I can barely tie my shoes. You think
I didn't say you would be the hacker.
Come on, give me a break here. No, but 5 million. I feel like they got off pretty cheap.
that's
Like,
the old.
They're just gonna do it again next week.
Yeah,
right?
That's Dr. Evil. We want 1 million.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought that was cool because, I mean, not cool, but I thought that was crazy that, like, you brought it up, but then they ended up paying a ransom per se. And
Did you read into it, Joe, at all about how they had to restart it? And I think they restarted it manually.
They did.
yeah, I don't know.
They got part of it. They got, like, they'll say about half of it restarted manually.
Yeah.
And then they couldn't get the other half going. And they're like, all right, we got to pay them.
Yeah. It's pretty wild though. The guys out there, think about even 20, 25 years ago, that technology to do that not manually was
But
didn't even exist.
let's just talk 5 million. Like, I know that, like,
I still feel that's
a
yeah.
lot of money, but like, I feel like that was like I wonder if Colonial got the call and they were like 5 million.
Really?
Yeah, okay. Johnny, send us a check,
$5
like, wire the Bitcoin, whatever you do with it. I don't know how it works, but anyways, I just wanted to touch on that because I thought it was kind of crazy, and I think you're probably going to see a lot more of that.
I had one other thing. I think they took a bad deal because Bitcoin dropped like the next day too. Not a great investment.
Isn't that funny? What if it dropped to like zero? Like overnight? Wouldn't that be sick? They actually ended up only getting like $2.6 million. That's funny. I didn't think of that, Kubo. You're right.
Well,
Even though my account took a hit too, and I'm giggling about it. But hey,
I'm laughing about it, but I kind of want to like pick on it as like we'll say like the group of hackers was because they apparently they disbanded after they got paid.
Really?
They say that the organization disbanded, and I'm like, does that mean like the
They
6
closed the
guys
building?
in the parents' basement that were considered this group got their money, and we're like,
That's what I
want to be
wonder.
financial
I'm
advisor.
moving out to the apartment.
That's
Yeah.
what I wonder. I don't
That's why
know.
they broke
Anyway,
up.
moving on. You guys like
Moving
the
on.
shirt? I've been wearing it.
It make America kind again. Yes, that is a
I
great.
love
shirt.
that shirt.
I know. I
Why
like
aren't you kind to me?
Eh,
Oh, I just like the slogan. I'm not actually practicing it.
Okay. Dad's in jail because he wasn't kind to the right person.
not anymore. I'm not.
No, you're still in jail. The
fine.
cell's just open. Is it gas fact?
It's fact.
All right.
It's
So,
fact.
so I think I told you guys that every Monday and Wednesday. So every Monday I'm posting something, and then there's a fact on a poll on LinkedIn, and then on Wednesday I do the same thing. So I'm trying to get these concurrently working with the show, like a little bit of like they make sense.
Cohesion.
So this one's another interactive one for you boys. So methane emissions from natural gas systems have declined blank percent from 1990 levels. I'm not going to give you choices. Just
Read it one more time again, slower.
Methane emissions. Emissions. That was hard for me to say. Emissions. Sorry. From natural gas systems have declined blank percent. I almost said
12.
blank percent from 1990 levels.
12.
29.
I always
What's
say
that,
12.
Ted?
29.
29. What are you gonna say?
Is there a percent? Do you have a multiple choice? I mean,
No.
Okay. I'm just gonna throw a number out.
I'm going 12 then because I always say 12 to every answer.
I know, and it's so annoying. It's 24%.
I'm kicking your.
Oh, so it was 12. No, I won clearly.
He actually was closest without going over. If you really want to go like,
Unfortunately, it's Joe's
right-
house
right
and he
rules.
makes the rules.
especially right, according to Suzanne. Yeah, I mean that's my rules. But what was really interesting is so the amount of customers is up, the usage has remained flat, and emissions have gone down. So I just wanted to point that out because I don't think
That's kinda
everybody
wild.
collectively puts that all together. So we've gone up. Actually, I can tell you boys if you really want to know. Wait for it. So we've increased customers by about 86% from 1970. I don't have, these are kind of skewed, but since 1990, I'm not going to start doing the math.
Yeah, you're a 20-year gap.
Yeah. Usage has remained flat, basically. Price of natural gas has actually remained flat, but emissions have actually gone down. So while we're increasing customers, where we've kept the usage the same, and we've actually lowered the methane emissions on natural gas. So
the efficiency of it is so much. It's so great.
there, that was a really profound statement.
I couldn't find it. I had like a great statement I was going to put out there, but I couldn't find the like dollar word I needed. And great was the penny word that I came to mind.
You went with like
The problem is you're a nickel guy.
I'm
there.
exactly. So
that's all I got this week. So if anybody's paying attention to polls on LinkedIn, you can answer it correctly or feel like
12.
I gave you the answer. It's 24. And do you know how competitive
You
I am?
said
as a person?
29.
I know, but you got the correct answer.
12 times 2.
I'm so competitive. I was so angry that you awarded that victory to Chad, even though he was 12 for 12.
You know what? Let me be honest with you. Like in his mind, I just did it to make him feel better. You clearly won that in anybody's realm. I'm sorry, Chad. That was, you always see 12. If you had said 17, I might have given you a chance, but
all right. So, hey guys, remember to click like, subscribe, follow, share.
You can't take it back. It's not
retweet.
fair.
I'm giving him because I won now. So, with that said, we love you guys. We appreciate you, and we will be back here for our regularly scheduled program next week. Same bat time, same bat channel,
and a LinkedIn Live next week.
and a LinkedIn Live next week.
Wait, is that next week?
Hurt my
Yes.
foot.
Yeah, the 26th next week.
Yeah. So
We have Sean Bauer from Layman's coming on to talk all things gasket. So for those of you that are interested, keep an eye out. That'll be popping up here soon.
Stay tuned.
have a good one, guys. Chad's out of jail.
My foot hurts.